right, guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me with this, wonderful people that are going to tell us about food and about wine. This is my cooking show / experience show, which is currently unnamed, but it eventually will be something that says good food and good wine, or good food and experience. And the folks at this table are just really good friends of mine, people that really do enjoy wine, they enjoy food, and enjoy each other. And that's really kind of what the show is about. And then we are also going to talk to some professionals, people that actually cook for a living and know about wine for a living. We're going to start with our chef, Jason Sparks, here at Chandler Hill Vineyards.
Hello.
And then Scott LaChance from also Chandler Hill Vineyards. He is the sommelier.
Cheers.
So what I want to do is I want to start with Chef and let him get back up to making burgers and other fun things for us for dinner or for lunch. All right, Chef, let me know a little bit more about you. What do you like to eat yourself? We start with that just because it kind of gives us a baseline.
Right.
And then you tell us what you do here at the restaurant.
Oh. Well, what I like to eat, pretty much sandwiches. I'm a burgers and fries kind of guy. Mm-hmm. But that's not really that's not how I came up in the restaurant industry. I was classically French trained, and then just kind of bounced around all over doing all sorts of things, hotels and convention centers and fine dining and casual dining, owned, and now I'm here.
Well, tell me a little bit about the French cuisine. What was that experience?
Oh, that was years ago. It was years ago. That's what it gave me the great base of what I have. You know,
okay,
it was.
So you got all the good.
Right, and I was exactly, and
all the good. What is it? All the sauces that
mother sauces and all of those. Yeah.
Like, what are the mother sauces? Explain it to me.
Oh, well, you got the 5 French mother sauces, which is Espagnole, which is like a beefy sauce, velouté, chicken sauce, bechamel, cream sauce, tomato sauce, and then hollandaise.
Okay.
And that's it. Almost all sauces can be made off of that.
I like holiday sauce on like broccoli and things like that. I always called it holiday sauce when I was a kid, because I didn't know any different.
Right.
So if you're a burger and sandwich guy, you do burgers here, but they seem to be a little bit different. What's your take on burgers and food here?
Well, yeah, for here it's like we try to make we have multiple outlets of food. We have our a la carte side, and then we have our event side, and then we also have like our special events, like our wine club dinners and those things that we do almost monthly. But as for like the a la carte, when I came in here about a year ago, we just really wanted to elevate that menu of casual but slightly upscale, and I think we've really accomplished that.
So can you give me an example of what you kind of did to upscale some of the food you?
Well, even for instance, a grilled cheese sandwich. You know, they said when I came in, they're like, "Oh, we always have to have some sort of a grilled cheese sandwich." Okay, so this one is called the ham and jam currently, and it's smoked ham, goat cheese blend, provolone, balsamic fig jam, heirloom tomatoes, and sourdough.
That sounds pretty yummy.
It's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like we do a smoked salmon BLT, the salmon that we smoke here in the house. We do everything is from scratch, even the desserts. All the desserts are from scratch. My kid makes them. She's our baker.
And as I recall, you have notes underneath each of the items on the menu.
Oh yeah. We Scott
pairs well with
Scott and I pair up the menu together, and because I have very limited wine knowledge actually. Most of my wine knowledge I've learned from him.
Well, Scott's a good teacher. I've been here a couple times, and he does a wonderful job.
Yep, he's a great.
So,
I just drink a lot.
If that was a thing, I would probably be in a sommelier too, but I'm not. So I guess my question would be, if you're going to talk to Scott about, say, a burger that you're going to do. I heard you talking about a mushroom burger today.
Oh, the mushroom Swiss burger.
Yeah. How do you decide what you're going to pair with Scott's wines?
Well, we just sit down and taste, and he pretty much pairs it to the food most of the time. And a lot of the wines that we serve, I believe, are pretty, they're pretty open to pairing.
So you can kind of pair them with almost anything.
I mean, you have you have some crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have some crossover a little bit, but we take it seriously and try to match as well as possible, and like especially with our wine dinners. 5 courses. You know, it's it's much more higher end wines, higher end food, and so we take a lot of time on that one.
Flavor profiles need to match.
Yeah,
So
you gotta make those flavor profiles
Yeah.
match and
So do you
neutralize
start
each
with
other.
the wine? Do you start with the
Most of the time, we
food?
start with the food first. He
Okay.
gets up, he builds a menu,
Mhm.
emails it to me.
Email's a great thing.
He's waiting on one right
Here's
now.
the menu, Scott.
He's waiting on a
Good
menu
luck.
right now, actually.
And then I get together. I start thinking about which wine selection might go with that item or that course, and then Chef and I talk. Then I bring my distributors in and go from there. So we don't just use Chandler Hill wines. I go outside of Chandler Hill to especially to pair with our wine dinners and the wines that we select down here for the barrel room.
Do you do any wines from wineries that aren't available publicly, like maybe a private vineyard or something that you've heard about?
Every once in a while we will. Every once in a while. There have been a couple down the road that I have gone through a distributor with where they're not available in stores or online. So yeah. So
What if I suggest one down the road?
I'll bear.
Just a suggestion.
I'll bear Chardonnay.
Oh,
And
that
you can
sounds
buy
good.
you can buy
That
it
sounds good.
online. It's between 85 and 120 a bottle, I believe.
Oh,
So
that just made my wallet thin. I can feel my credit card getting warm and smoking. So
But it's a fantastic Chardonnay. It really is.
that sounds good. So do you have any upcoming events that we should know about?
Oh yeah, we got a lot of
viewers
events.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Ah, okay, fine. June 6th, we have our first installment of our Butcher Baker Winemaker series.
Mhm.
It's a 5-course dinner, higher end. We're featuring the fresh portfolio of wines. We have a guest sommelier come in, Charles Miller, who used to actually have my job here until I kicked him out and I took that job. No, I didn't.
Good
kick
for
him
you.
out.
That's awesome.
No, he actually got a better position with Fresh Wine Company, and he's their national distributor and a national salesperson now. So he's doing an awesome job, and he's going to be coming back here as a guest sommelier that evening. So
And then what's the menu going to look like if you've got the wine?
Oh,
What's the menu?
well, we'll have a tuna tartare with that'll be our appetizer. Tuna tartare with ube and pea flour focaccia, and let's see, we'll have a salad. Our salad will have some quail on it and some microgreens, blackberry coulis. We'll have a big fat Ruth Family Farms tenderloin filet.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
We're gonna do a smoked butterscotch cheesecake with a brown sugar meringue.
Oh, just the scotch, not the butter. Actually, butter and scotch do go really well together. Come to think of it.
Right? But yeah, so we've got we got a really nice stuff. And we also have coming up for Father's Day, we're doing a Father's Day Eve Saturday evening buffet. Very dad-centric. I'm really excited about that one.
What about grandpas? I'm a grandpa. Come on.
There you go. I'm luckily I'm not yet. I'm not ready.
We never are, but it's really a wonderful thing once you get there.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
So is any of the food that you're doing on the 6th, is that influenced by your French cooking background? Or is this
Oh yeah,
more things that you
definitely.
kind of
Oh
developed over
yeah,
time?
definitely. I mean, it all bases, it's all, you start with a foundation.
Start with
and
that
you
foundation, that French foundation.
work all, your whole career.
That sounds
Keep
like
going.
fun.
It's I'm probably a small percentage of people that get to do what they like to do.
I
as
am
a
of
job.
a small percentage. I'm sure you are too, Scott.
Now I
and
am.
I think everybody here at the table is kind of the same way. We do what we love, we do what
Right.
we like, and we enjoy it.
I couldn't imagine clocking at a factory. I can, because I did it
I
for
used
like
to-
a year. I did it for a year and it was horrible.
Oh, I did it for 20 plus years, so
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is clock in on anybody else's clock. And they don't want to know how many hours I work anyway. It's
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know either.
I don't want to know how many hours I work.
Well, thank you so much, Chef. I'm
No
going to
problem.
talk a little bit more with Scott.
Yep.
We'll
Awesome.
see you upstairs.
See you guys upstairs. Enjoy.
Some lunch.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, Scott.
Sir.
What do we want to do now? What's the start of this process of tasting and pairing and that kind of thing?
Okay, well, first of all, my name is Scott LaChance. I'm the wine director here at Chandler Hill Vineyards, sommelier certified. We are going to be going through 2 different flights, a flight of white, a flight of red. We're also going to be having a dessert selection at the end. And we're pairing everything with a food item. So all the selections we're going to be pairing with a food item. When you're done with that selection and the food item, you can just finish those up because I'm going to be coming around pouring the reds right in the same glasses. All right?
I do have a question now.
Sir.
What is a sommelier? Help me out with that.
Fancy name for a wine expert.
Okay, good. Okay.
I went through the Court of Master Sommeliers for my training, and from there I had another job for a while. I was split. They asked me to be the wine director here at Chandler Hill as a part-time position. Mm-hmm. Then I guess I was doing a good job, and they decided to bring me on full-time. So,
well, I'm glad they did, Scott. You've been a great person to help us learn about wine in the past. My wife and I have been here 3 or 4 times, and usually we're freezing to death. But today, it's really nice. You did turn the temperature up, and it's wonderful, even if it's cool in here. So, Scott, let's go ahead and get this party started.
Great.
And just tell me what you want to start with, and then we'll talk a little bit about the wine, what you're pairing, and then we'll try it out.
Fantastic. So, we're going to be tasting from left to right today on both flights. There's a dump bucket in the middle of the table in case you need it, in case you don't like anything. Hopefully you like everything.
You don't know the people here at the table.
I don't. All right.
We're going to be okay.
All right, so
we're going to be okay.
So
you can take that away.
just don't start licking the glasses. That's all. We are going to, and like I said, we're going to be pairing each wine selection with a food item. And I'll be telling you why I'm pairing with those and a little bit about the wine. And looks like everyone got water already, so we're good. That little glass, the little plastic glass with the orange liquid in it, that's a white port style wine it's from here at Chandler Hill. We're going to be pairing that at the end of the tasting, just a little dessert selection, and we're going to be pairing that with these little butterscotch chips in the cup, in the black cup there.
Okay? Butterscotch, yum. My 2 favorite things to say.
So that being said, I'd like to talk about the bubbly that you guys came down here with. How'd you like it?
Yum.
Wasn't it awesome?
It was great.
So this is Somm. It's the Somm Brut. It's from Napa Valley, California. It's a non-vintage wine. Now, non-vintage, vintage, to me, unless you're a collector, vintage doesn't mean a whole lot as far as like sparkling wines go. Non-vintage, you're going to pay a little bit less for most of the time. Non-vintage wines are just as good. Now, this is made in the traditional Champenois method, or the method that Champagne France uses to make their sparkling wines. So what they do is the whole second fermentation happens in the bottle. So they'll put the juice in the bottle, which consists of 3 different grapes: Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier. Those 3 grapes are the traditional grapes used for the traditional method. Also, just as a side note, if it's not from Champagne France, it cannot be called champagne or cannot be labeled champagne. So this is going to be a
sparkling wine.
So this is going to be a sparkling wine made in the traditional method.
Okay, and let me ask you a little bit about the dates on them. That's when you talk about, say, you talk about Dom Perignon 61. 1961 was a great year.
So your vintage wines, mm-hmm. which have a date, a vintage date on them, that's when the grapes were harvested.
So that would be a Dom Perignon 61 would be when that grape was harvested in Champagne, France.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
So anything that's this is a non-vintage. It's not going to primarily say non-vintage on it, but if it doesn't have a vintage year, you can pretty much know that it's going to be a non-vintage. Anyway, the process itself, they'll put the juice in the bottle. Yeast and sugar go in the bottle. Yeast and sugar create the alcohol and the natural carbonation.
I'm going to sit down so I'm out of your way.
Oh, you're fine. Natural carbonation. Now, all wine goes through a fermentation process. So all wine basically starts off with having some natural carbon dioxide, but that dissipates if it's in barrels. If it's not contained, it dissipates. So what they do is they put the juice in the bottle, the yeast and the sugar, create the alcohol and the carbon dioxide. They cap it. They'll turn it up at a 45-degree angle and they'll spin it. Every couple of days. They used to have the monks, actually they still do, I think, have the monks do this in the caves in France, but we're in short supply of monks these days, so we machinery sometimes, So anyway, after 22, 25, it depends on the winemaker, when they decide it's time that the aging process is done, they'll tip the bottle up, the yeast cells will fall down to the neck of the bottle, they freeze the neck, they uncork it, disgorgement. They let the lees out. They recork and they send it to market. So That's basically in a nutshell.
And the leaves are the leftovers.
Leaves
from
are the yeast cells,
Yeast cells.
basically.
Gotcha.
And wonderful sparkling wine. You can always tell a nice sparkling wine if it's made in a traditional method. They what they do is they you can see the nice tight bubbles in there. The bubbles don't dissipate really fast. If you get something like Cook's, they actually inject the carbon dioxide through the cork, so you're getting bigger bubbles. You're going to see bigger bubbles. They don't last as long. Those wines aren't primarily bad. They're just better as a mimosa or as a greyhound or something like that. So anyway. Also, the other method I wanted to talk to you about, and let you know the other method that they use. Now, this method is used in France. It's used all over the world, but France, Cava uses this method in Spain, and we use it here in the United States. But all of the different parts around the world, the bubblies around the world, Sekt, S-E-K-T, is from Germany. That's their sparkling wine. Cava, Spain. Prosecco, Italy. And here in the United States, brut, sparkling wine, extra dry, bounces back and forth. Blanc de Blanc, if you ever see a Blanc de Blanc on a label, that's primarily going to be Chardonnay grape. Blanc de Noir is going to be Pinot Noir grape. So, and you might say, well, Pinot Noir, that's a red grape, but if you peel the skin off, it's white. So,
So all Prosecco is Italy.
So Prosecco is Italy, yes. So that's a great. I'm glad you brought up Prosecco, because Prosecco uses a different method to make their sparkling wines. Less time, 4 to 6 months, sometimes maybe a little longer, but usually it's not anywhere close to 2 years. What they do is they put it in a big pressurized container, big vat. They'll put the yeast cells, the sugar in there. It's pressurized container. Now, it does have a smaller fermentation time, so it's meant to be consumed young. Prosecco is, so don't try to age a Prosecco too long, because you're going to be using it for.
It's less expensive.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's meant to be consumed at a young age. Anyway, so moving on, we are going to start with. I'm going to be showing you guys. That's another thing. I'm going to be showing you guys the deductive tasting method today. Just a different way of tasting wine, and it's a different way of looking at it a little bit. So what I'd like you to do is lift up the glass on your left-hand side. Now, what are we trying? What are we lifting up, Scott? Well, let me tell you. This is Murdoch Hills. Now, all of these wines I've hand-selected down here, and I've selected that. I've paired them with the different food items on the plate. This is Murdoch Hills, Sauvignon Blanc from Adelaide Hills, southeastern Australia. Hand-picked grapes, wonderful, wonderful wine. Now, your New Zealand wines, as opposed to Australia, your New Zealand wines are very, very citrus, very citrus oriented. This has a lot more balance to it. You're going to get a little grassiness out of this, a little bit of that citrus, a little bit of lemon zest on here, a little bit of lemon meringue on the finish. It's just a wonderful wine. So what I'd like you to do is pick up the glass. We're going to hold it down to your napkin or your menu there. And we're looking for color and clarity. Then we're going to take the glass and put your nose all the way in the glass. We're going to take some little bunny sniffs. We're not doing the Hoover vacuum method today, just bunny sniffs, all right? I always tell the young crowd if they come in, it's not a frat party. We're not doing little bunny sniffs. You got it on your nose, and we're going to set it on the table, and you're going to swirl it. What you're doing here is you're opening up your wine, mixing the oxygen with the alcohol. Think of a cold pot of stew on the stove. Cold pot of stew on the stove, you don't smell anything. As soon as you turn that flame under the stew, you start smelling the aromas. That's kind of what you're doing this. Warming it up a little bit. Mixing it up. All right, now put it back to your nose and tell me how it's changed. A little more.
It smells a little stronger.
A little stronger, a little more floral, a little more opened up a little bit more. I added this step. This isn't one of the steps, but I added it because I wanted people to see the difference in what the nose was before and what the nose is after you swirl it. So that was kind of my addition. So just so you know, it's not part of the. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to prime our palate. We're going to take a little sip, let it hit all parts of your mouth, then swallow it. First sip doesn't count. All right. Hardest part of the whole tasting right here. It's the hardest thing you do all day. What you're doing is aerating it on your palate. You're giving your palate 100% of that experience. It's going to hit all the different senses on your palate. Take a little bit in the front of your mouth, tilt your head down, it's easier that way, like sucking through a straw. Tilt your head back up, swallow it, and all those flavors are going to explode on your palate. You're going to be able to differentiate from the fruit, from the salinity, from the earthiness. So it's kind of a cool process. So go ahead and try it. If you need to put your napkin down in front of you in case you spill it. Now just don't stop. Just don't stop when you have your head down because you're going to spill it all over you. And I don't know the Heimlich maneuver, so no choking either. So.
Just like smoking a cigar. Right?
All right, very good. I was going to say a different thing, but yeah.
So what'd you think of it?
This is a family show, Corey.
I just remember a similar noise from what I was reminiscing.
Fair enough.
What'd you think of that? Can you tell the difference in the different flavors kind of separate a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to pair this. Actually, let me go through the final step. The final step is the finish or the mouthfeel. Nice lingering finish on this. All of these wines are very well balanced. You're going to get a nice even finish. It's going to be very even all the way through from the start to the finish on these wines. Well balanced wine. Some wines aren't as well balanced. Sometimes they're a little hot on the finish, a little more alcohol, or just kind of drop off the edge of a cliff and don't have a finish at all. Those wines aren't bad. Sometimes they're just better with food.
Better with food, yeah.
But to me, all wine is better with food. You're probably never going to see me with a glass of wine except for now, and no food in my hand. So I'll always be pairing something with food, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another sip of that wine, and then you're going to try it with that cracker and goat cheese. Sauvignon Blanc and goat cheese are one of the best pairings ever. Yep, the one with the white goat cheese on it. So wine, food, and then wine again. A lot of whining going on today.
That's yummy. So the food kind of brings out the flavors in the wine, and also the wine brings out flavors in the food.
So the thing with a great pairing is that to me it's like a great marriage. Complement each other really, really well. The food complements the wine complements the food. One doesn't overpower the other one. They just kind of blend in. They almost become like one flavor together, and then they split apart again. And that's a great pairing, honestly. That's one thing that I love about matching food with wine, is that when I can find that symmetry, that sweet spot, it's awesome. Any questions about this one? Isn't this great? Yeah. Awesome. Wonderful Sauvignon Blanc, isn't it? Very crisp, clean, nice lemon zest on the finish. It's wonderful. All right, so our next selection we're going to try today. This is a wine that I actually poured at one of our wine club dinners a while back. This is Morris Farms Amore. It's produced from the Ansonica grape. Ansonica is a grape varietal. I had never heard of it before I poured this wine. Truth be told, Ansonica grape is a wine. It's from Tuscany, Italy. It's about 4 or 5 miles or so from the Tyrrhenian Sea. Going to get that nice ocean breeze going through there, so you're going to get a little bit of minerality, a little bit of salinity on this. Apple, apricot on here, just to almond, just a little bit of different. It's a wonderful wine. It's got a lot going on. So what I'd like you to do is try this, and we are going to try this with that little cracker with the trout dip on it. So this wine is a wonderful. This wine is a wonderful addition to any meal with like a fatty whitefish or salmon. It's just awesome. Or the trout. It's just amazing. And this is one of those pairings where it really does come together as one flavor and then split apart again.
Now, in this Sonic has nothing to do with the hedgehog.
No.
This is just like grapes. There's
Just
speed involved in this.
No, you don't. No.
Drink slowly and enjoy.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that pairing?
That's wonderful. All right, Scott. I
All
think
right.
we're ready for the last of the whites.
Of the lights? Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's going to take me a hot minute to pour the reds because we're going to be pouring them in the same glasses, okay? So this is Vincent Motte Chablis. Now, thing to remember about this is that all Chablis can be called white Burgundies, but all white Burgundies cannot be called Chablis.
Do you have the Chablis to understand?
Huh?
Is it something you have the Chablis in?
Who let this guy in here?
He's a producer. We got to let him in.
All right. That's fine. That's fair. All right. This is Vincent Moat Chablis. Now, my story behind that is about Chablis being a white Burgundy, but white Burgundy is not being Chablis. Chablis, it's a little section in Burgundy region. Burgundy has a central area where it's designated for Burgundies. Pinot Noir is a red Burgundy. White Burgundy is Chardonnay. Now, Chablis are also Chardonnay as well, but your Chablis is going to be unoaked. White Burgundy does see some French oak. And there are some that don't have it, but most of your white Burgundies have French oak aging. Anyway, so Chablis can be called white Burgundy. Now, anything in that region for Burgundy is a white Burgundy or a red Burgundy. But outside of that area, designated area, they can't be labeled as Burgundy. So that's why Chablis can be called Burgundies, but Burgundies can't be called Chablis. So that's why. Anyway, now you know. So this is Vincent Moat Chablis, unoaked, 100% Chardonnay, green apple, little bit of raw pear on here. It's just a wonderful wine. It's just a beautiful wine. Very crisp, clean. You're going to get a little bit of that nice smoothness on this wine. We are going to be trying this, and we're going to be pairing this with that brie tart on your plate, the little brie tart.
Scott, when you say look for clarity, what are we looking like?
Color and clarity, just making sure. Basically, you're making sure there's it's no refinements in there, or no sediment.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you're right.
So Scott, you just talked about sediment in the bottom of a bottle of wine. I had a bottle of Chardonnay the other day, and there was some sediment at the bottom. Actually, a lot of sediment at the bottom.
Crystallization.
Crystallization.
Uh-huh.
Can you explain that?
Crystallization is something it's a natural occurrence in wine. As it gets older, you're going to get some crystallization in there.
And it's a sulfide or sulfate?
It is. It's
Okay.
yeah. It's just a natural occurrence in the wine.
Gotcha.
Nothing you can it's easy to strain out. All right, I'm going to start coming around pouring the reds.
Let me make room for that.
So if you guys can, looks like everyone already downed their wine, so that's a good sign. That means you either enjoyed it or you're just being nice to the camera. One of the two. We've got our reds in front of us. Red Flight, starting with left to right. First selection, Bethel Heights, estate grown, estate bottled Pinot Noir. Wonderful, wonderful Pinot Noir. This is from Willamette Valley, Oregon. Now, anyone in the wine world thinking of Pinot Noir, it's either going to be Burgundy, France, or usually Willamette Valley. Sometimes Russian River, but Willamette Valley is probably one of the best growing regions around for Pinot Noir grapes. Now, this is more of a red Burgundian style wine. In that, I mean that in the sense that it's more of an old world style. This is more, you're going to get more of that earthiness up front. Most of your domestic Pinot Noirs are going to be fruit bombs. You're going to get that cherry or the raspberry, strawberry right up front when you drink them. You're not going to get that out of this. You're going to get that nice umami, that nice earthiness out the front. You're going to get that. Now on the nose, you're going to smell the cherry, but on the palate, you're going to taste a little bit more of the raspberry on this one. Now, what you're going to do with this is on the end. Now, this is all French oak, so that French oak is very different from American oak. American oak is pretty harsh. American oak, new American oak is that Rombauer or Kendall Jackson oak that you get that kind of hits you in the face before you drink it. French oak kind of sneaks up the back, gives a little more roundness, a little more firmness to the wine. You're going to get, it complements the wine rather than overpowers the wine. So it really has so you're going to get those nice toasted oak nuances on the finish, nice lingering finish on this. Wonderful Pinot Noir, probably my favorite Pinot Noir right now. It's fantastic. We are going to try this and we are going to pair this. Now this is a twofold pairing, so we're going to try this with some of that Gruyere cheese and the dried cherries together. So you're going to taste the cheese and the cherries together, and I'll tell you why after you do it. All right, so wine, food, wine.
For the red, you also?
Oh yeah, yeah, everything, all of it. Yep. The only thing you don't have to do that with is a dessert wine. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can swirl the dessert, but you don't have to go through all the hoops and. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So that cheese the Gruyere cheese hits that earthiness up in the front of the wine. The dried cherry or dried cherry hits that fruit right in the middle. So you're going to get it kind of brings it out a little more prevalent. And then at the end, you're going to get that nice toasted oak that travels all the way through.
Is that Montmorency cherry, the tart cherry?
I don't know which cherry is that. I know it's just a dried cherry.
It tastes like a tart cherry.
It probably is.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of that? Isn't that awesome? Isn't that a great pairing?
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? Where it becomes almost like one flavor. They complement each other instead of overpower each other. That's what's great about a great pairing, honestly. All right, I'm going to start talking about our next selection. Go ahead and finish that one up. This one I've been pouring down here since the barrel room started about 5 years ago. This is one that I've poured. It has had different incarnations. It's has different percentages of different grapes in here. It's a super Tuscan. Super Tuscans don't have to go by all those rigid standards and laws like Chianti. For example, Chianti region that's in the Tuscan area is Chianti has to be at least 70% of the Sangiovese grape to be a Chianti or Chianti Classico. 80% of the Sangiovese grape to be a Chianti Reserva. Brunello di Montalcino is another area in that big region. Brunello has to be 100% of the Sangiovese grape to be considered Brunello di Montalcino, or to be called or labeled a Brunello di Montalcino. Super tough. This wine has gone through different percentages for the last three vintages that we've poured. The 19 vintage was 50% Cabernet Sauvignon, 40% Sangiovese, and 10% Petit Verdot. The 20 vintage was 50% Cab, 50% Sangiovese. This one is by far my favorite. This is 50% Sangiovese, a little higher in Sangiovese, 40% Cabernet, and 10% Merlot. So this is just smooth as silk. It's just such a great wine. You can do anything, honestly, and I hate to say this, but you can do anything from a really nice pizza to a red pasta dish, all the way to a nice fillet with this. You can serve with this.
It's just a wonderful more body than the first. It has more body.
Oh yeah, it does. So you're going to get. It does have more body to it. You're going to have a little more tannic structure. Now the two things we haven't talked about, tannins and acidity. Acidity is what you're going to get. Now all wine has some form of acidity, some level of acidity to it, but your whites are going to be a little more acidic. You're going to have a little bit more of that. It's more of that mouth-watering feeling, more of that makes you want to salivate a little bit more. Whereas tannin is that dry feeling you get on your tongue. Tannin is that dry feeling you get and that comes from grape skins primarily, and a little bit from the oak barrels. Tannins aren't going to give you a headache. Sulfites are what's going to give you a headache. Yeah, and it's, for whatever reason it is, I think it's because of the terroir, the earth, the soil. European wines they don't give people headaches as much as the domestic wines. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this you can just drink the whole bottle and have a party and not have to worry about a headache.
You guys have been to Italy, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'll see if you've had Italian wine.
Well, but at that time I was a baby and I only like sweet wines. I have
fair enough.
now.
Okay, it's time to go to Italy.
Right.
All right, let's go.
So this a little bit about this vineyard, La Caccia di San Giovanni, 10th century hunting and farming. The hunter's blind that's depicted on the label of this wine is still standing in the vineyard today. Organically grown, organically produced. They also have olive trees on this property. And they make olive oil on this property. It's fantastic. I don't have any, but I wish I did. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful wine. It's probably my best-selling wine down here, and probably a fan favorite all the way around. So again, La Caccia, super Tuscan, wonderful, wonderful wine, wonderful balance, wonderful grapes. You're going to get that nice red fruit, earthiness, nice soft tannins on the finish. It's just. I could sit back and enjoy this. Yeah, and I'd be a horrible, huh?
Without.
No, God, no. I would be horrible. I would be horrible drunk with this wine because I'd be sniffing it and swirling it all day, because you get more and more as you swirl it. You get more and more off the nose off of this. It just opens up more and more. It's just such a beautiful wine. As you let your wine open up and breathe a little bit more, you will get some different nuances. So yeah.
And you said this has Cabernet in it?
Yes, it does. 40% Cab.
I think I can smell the Cabernet in it. Does that sound
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, it's and again, everyone's palate's different. So your flavor profile on your palate is gonna be totally different from your neighbor. So in different things, but primarily it's pretty much the same.
Are we pairing this up with anything?
Yes, I'm sorry, we are. We are pairing this with a piece of bacon that looks like regular bacon. It's not the chocolate bacon, it's the regular bacon. That's a candied bacon. So what this is gonna do, this pairing is gonna bring out that black pepper a little bit more. You're gonna taste the bacon, and then you're gonna taste the wine again, and that black pepper is gonna come out and hit you in the face because it really.
Is that just black pepper or sesame seeds or something?
It's definitely black pepper on there.
Yeah.
On the candied bacon, you kind of taste the sweetness of the bacon when you first taste it, but with the wine, it kind of blends with that sweetness, and it does. Yeah. All right, so we are going to start talking about our final selection. Our final selection today that we're going to try is this is the Ramey 2019 Claret. Claret Meritage, same thing. It's a blend. This is a 2019 Ramey. Ramey is Napa Valley, California. I actually had a chance to meet Claire Ramey, the owner and winemaker for Ramey Wines a few weeks ago, and she was just so pleasant, so wonderful. This wine is amazing. There's so much going on this. You're going to get a lot of dark fruit up front. You're going to get a little bit of herbaceousness on this. A little bit of I paired this with the chocolate bacon. We're pairing this with the chocolate bacon today because you can get a little bit of cocoa off of here. It's just a wonderful wine. It's going to have a little more body. So you're gonna have a little more going on with this one. So check this out. See what you think.
Well,
and again, this is with the chocolate bacon.
Tell me what claret means. What is that?
Claret. It's a blend.
It's a blend?
It's a blend. Yeah. Claret. What did you guys think of that? You haven't tried it yet. It's all right.
My ride has been.
Oh, I know. Isn't that great? See, this is why I poured this for 5 years down here, the La Cacha, because it's just such a crowd pleaser. It rises above the rest. Sangiovese, Cabernet, and Merlot on this one.
Sometimes it's called a Meritage or a
Meritage or a Claret. How was that last pairing?
It's amazing.
Isn't that nice?
And the cherries with this go really well too.
Oh yeah, they do. They would.
Surprised.
The dark fruit on this.
That second red and that first white.
Awesome.
All right, Scott, tell us a little bit about this dessert
All right,
wine.
this is Chandler Hill. This is made from the Vignole grape. Vignole, these grapes grow right behind these walls. When you're overlooking our deck out on the deck out in the back of the winery here, overlooking the lake, all those vines that you see in front of the lake are all Vignole grapes. We take those grapes, we harvest them every year, end of August, early September. They go to a winery down the road with the production facilities. They make the wine for us, bring it back here, and we have our wine. So this is one of the wines we produce from the Vignole grape. This is our Vignole white dessert wine now. We can't label it port. It's a port style wine, but we can't label it port or Porto because Portuguese police would come and arrest me. So no, yeah, you can't. It's a Portuguese law. You can't label anything port or Porto if it's not from Portugal. Anyway, so this is a white dessert wine made from the Vignole grape. You're going to get some honey, a little bit of honey, a little bit of vanilla off of the front of this. You're going to get a nice lingering butterscotch finish on this. So what I want you to do is smell it and then sip it, and then now this is made. So port style wine is made with it's almost like an unrefined brandy. It's a grape spirit or fruit spirit. So it is a fortified wine that's infused with a grape spirit or fruit spirit. Like I said, unrefined brandy. So you're going to get that brandy essence to it. So what I want you to do is try that, and then try it with those butterscotch chips, and then try it again.
Is that the same thing as the French grappa? Or
Grappa is a little bit different. Grappa is made with grape leaves.
Okay.
And grappa's kind of bitter too. It's kind of a kind of a refined taste on that one. Way back in the day, they were shipping wine from when Portugal was doing business with England. They would when they shipped wine over to England, it was all by ship, so it took months and months to get over there. They would put a little bit of that brandy, that fruit spirit, into the wine to keep it fresh for the trip over.
So it was originally a preservation technique.
Basically, yeah. and then they hit upon, hey, this is great, and so it became a
So
thing.
port is port not because it was shipped from port to port, but because it was from Portugal.
Correct.
Okay.
And Portugal became the main area where the best. There's other areas in the world now where there's some great port style wines. So I don't think Portugal. Portugal. Don't get me wrong. Portugal has some great ports, great portos. But there's other parts of the world where you're going to get some nice dessert wines as well.
Thank you for everything.
Oh, my pleasure. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you guys would like to, if you guys would like to purchase anything, I'd be happy to ring you up today. If you have any questions or comments for me, I'd love to hear them. So thank you guys.
It's been
I appreciate
amazing.
you.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Thank you.